Good morning, class. So, today we are starting with another very important family of viruses, which is Rhabdoviridae. It's important because a very deadly disease named as rabies, you all must have heard of this name. Rabies, it's a deadly viral disease both for humans as well as animals. Particularly, if we talk about carnivores, a very deadly disease caused by a deadly virus which comes under this family, Rhabdoviridae. So, we are starting with this family today. Let's just start with the general properties of the family. Rhabdoviridae, in Greek, this word rhabdos, it means rod. So the members of this family Rhabdoviridae, they have characteristic rod shapes. This is a enveloped RNA virus with helical symmetry and rod shaped morphology. अभी तक हमने जो लास्ट 3 फैमिलीज पढ़ी हैं, दैट्स पैरामिक्सोविरिडी, ऑर्थोमिक्सोविरिडी एंड रेब्डोविरिडी. जस्ट नोटेड डाउन ऑल दीज 3 फैमिलीज हैव हेलिकल सिमेट्री. जो हमने कॉन्जिक्यूटिवली 7 पढ़ी हैं, दीज आर द फैमिलीज विद हेलिकल सिमेट्री. रेस्ट ऑल हैव आइकोसाहेड्रल सिमेट्री. सो ये मैं बार बार रिपीट कर रही हूँ ताकि आपको भी याद हो जाए. हेलिकल सिमेट्री वाली ये 3 फैमिलीज हैं, पर्टिकुलरली पैरामिक्सोविरिडी, ऑर्थोमिक्सोविरिडी एंड रेब्डोविरिडी. Then, if we talk about the genome of rhabdoviruses, it's a linear, non-segmented, single-stranded RNA with negative sense polarity that's encased in a ribonucleoprotein complex. So basically, genome is your single-stranded RNA. As we are starting up with the, we are studying all the viruses with single-stranded RNA as genome. So the genome is linear, non-segmented. ऑर्थोमिक्सोवायरसेस का हमने पढ़ा था, द जीनोम वाज सेगमेंटेड, इट वाज इन सेगमेंट्स, एंड दिस इज नॉन सेगमेंटेड RNA genome, and polarities, it's negative sense RNA. Then the virions, they have a distinctive bullet shaped morphology. That's very peculiar of this family, rhabdoviruses. They have bullet shaped morphology. That's an important objective for you people. Do remember this and mark this as important. The virus, if we talk about the diameter, it's 70 nanometers in diameter and 170 nanometers long. Then these rhabdovirus particles, this is the diagram, electron microscopic view of the virus particles or virions. So these rhabdovirus particles, they have rod shaped morphology. You can see the shapes, these are in rod shaped, and एक इनकी particular इनको bullet shape characteristic बताया है. See, these are in the form of small bullets. So virions, they have a particular bullet shaped morphology. This is the electron microscopic view of rhabdovirus particles. Now the family, it comprises of several important animal pathogens, including your rabies virus, vesicular stomatitis viruses, bovine ephemeral fever virus, and several rhabdoviruses of the fish. We'll take up only the important ones which are important for you people. The family Rhabdoviridae, it comprises of 6 genera. First is your vesicular virus, another is Lyssa virus, then we have Ephemerovirus, Cytorhabdovirus, Novirhabdovirus, and Nucleorhabdovirus. These 6 genera, they come under this family Rhabdoviridae. Then vesicular virus, Lyssa virus, and Ephemerovirus genera, they contain viruses which infect vertebrates, and we'll be studying these 3 viruses only, these 3 genera only. Then rhabdoviruses, they usually contain, if we talk about the structure of these viruses, they contain 5 major proteins. One of it is a large RNA glycoprotein, a nucleoprotein is there, a protein component of the viral polymerase, and a matrix protein. These are the major proteins of viruses. Now the G protein, it forms the surface peplomers. Peplomers, they are spike-like structures projecting out from the envelope, which interact with the host cell receptors, facilitating endocytosis of the virion. Okay, this protein is basically forming those surface peplomers. In addition, this G protein induces virus neutralizing antibodies, so that's having antigenic property. जो भी virus के structures which are neutralizing antibodies in the host cell, they are antigenic in nature. Not whole of the virus is antigenic, only its certain structures are antigenic. Mostly spike proteins, these G proteins, they are the antigenic structures of a virus. Replication, it's an RNA virus, so replication will occur in the cytoplasm. Virions, they are stable in the pH range of 5 to 10. They are rapidly inactivated by heating at 56 degrees Celsius, by treatment with lipid solvents, and by exposure to UV light. So this is also a labile virus, heat labile virus. It can be inactivated by heating it at 56 degrees Celsius. Then uh, let's talk about the classification of this Rhabdoviridae family. This Rhabdoviridae family, it comes under the order Mononega-Variales. अभी हमने Mononega-Variales की और भी families पढ़ी हैं. Mononega means negative sense RNA genomes उनका है. So Rhabdoviridae family है, order is Mononega-Variales. Genus we have got Cytorhabdovirus, वी हैव गॉट एम्फीमेरोवायरस. एम्फीमेरोवायरस हम पढ़ने वाले हैं, जिसके अंडर एक इम्पॉर्टेंट वायरल डिजीज़ आती है, दैट्स बोवाइन एम्फीमेरल फीवर वायरस. देन अनदर वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट member of this family is your Lyssa virus. Lyssa virus causes the rabies disease. Rabies is caused by Lyssa virus, which comes under this family Rhabdoviridae. Apart from that, rabies, it is also having Legos bat virus, Mokola virus, Duvenhague virus, European bat Lyssa virus 1 and 2 types. Then we have Australian bat Lyssa virus. Out of all these, we are going to study the rabies virus. Then we have another genus as Nucleorhabdovirus. We have got vesicular virus, another important virus having vesicular, which causes vesicular stomatitis. It has got 3 different strains. One is Indiana virus. Another strain is your New Jersey virus. Vesicular stomatitis का ही तीसरा strain is Alagos virus. Then another member of this is Cocal virus. Then another genus is your Novirhabdoviruses, which are particularly the rhabdoviruses of fish, which causes diseases in the fish. Now we will be taking up the first disease, which is your rabies. This is the most important disease coming under this family Rhabdoviridae, and it is caused by which virus, which genus? That's your Lyssa virus. Okay, now let's begin with the rabies. Rabies is the cause of one of the oldest and most feared diseases of humans. This is one of the oldest disease. You all know of this rabies. कब से हम सुनते आ रहे हैं that this is the most feared diseases of humans and animals, and it was recognized in Egypt before 2300 BC and in ancient Greece, where it was well described by Aristotle. This is perhaps the most lethal of all infectious diseases. Rabies also has the distinction of having stimulated one of the great early discoveries in biomedical sciences. Then, in 1885, before the nature of viruses was comprehended, Louis Pasteur, he developed, tested and applied a rabies vaccine, thereby opening the modern era of infectious disease prevention by vaccination. So, the rabies virus vaccine was first developed by Louis Pasteur in the year 1800 and 1885. Now let's start with the introduction of rabies. This rabies virus, it can infect all the warm-blooded animals. Note, all the warm-blooded animals, they are infected by this virus. And in nearly all instances, the infection ends in death. So it's a very deadly disease for the mankind as well as for the animals. Now the disease, it occurs throughout the world with certain exceptions. Like first, there is no rabies in Japan, UK, New Zealand, Antarctica, and many smaller islands such as Hawaii and most of the islands of Caribbean Basin. This was the first point, that's there is no rabies in these countries. Then second point is that there had been no rabies in Australia until recently, when a Lyssa virus, which is called as Australian bat Lyssa virus, it was discovered. This was a recent discovery on this Lyssa virus in Australia, if we talk particularly about the Australia. Then there is no rabies in Switzerland and large areas of France and southern Germany as a result of recent wildlife vaccination programs. So it's a disease of all the warm-blooded animals. If you talk about the domestic as well as the wildlife animals, all are infected by this virus. The number of human deaths caused each year by rabies is estimated to be 40,000 to 50,000 worldwide. And then an estimated 10 million people, they receive post-exposure treatments each year after being exposed to rabies suspected animals. If the animal that has bitten a human being, it's suspected to have rabies, the post-exposure treatment or post-exposure vaccination is done. So see this estimation that 10 million people, they receive the post exposure treatments each year after being exposed to such animals. Dog rabies, that's still most important in many parts of the world and it is the cause of most human rabies cases. आज तक हमने यही सुना है रेबिड डॉग्स के थ्रू ह्यूमंस में होता है. So dog rabies is still the most important of all. Cattle rabies is also important, but in Central and South America. Then in many countries, wildlife rabies, it's becoming an increasing importance as a threat to domestic animals as well as humans. Wildlife rabies, that's also prevalent in certain countries. Certain countries have cattle rabies, and most of the इनमें से सबसे ज़्यादा important is still the dog rabies. Then this viral infection rabies, which affects the central nervous system of most of the mammals including man, is invariably fatal. So this is a fatal disease, and mainly the central nervous system is affected, including in the humans also. The central nervous system is affected by this virus. However, mammalian species, they vary widely in their susceptibility. Most of the clinical cases, they are due to the infection with rabies virus genotype 1. Out of all the genotypes of this virus, the genotype 1, most of the cases we'll see the genotype 1 of this virus. A number of other neurotropic Lyssa viruses closely related to the rabies virus, they produce clinical signs which is indistinguishable from the rabies. I have talked about in the last lecture about the tropism of certain viruses. Tropism means affinity of a virus towards certain tissues. Like for example, if we talk about the rabies virus or rhabdoviruses, they have a characteristic towards the neuronal tissues. They affect the neurons, so that's why these are neurotropic viruses. Particularly Lyssa viruses, which cause rabies, they have neurotropism. They show neurotropism. They have particular affinity towards the neurons of the body. So nervous system पे अटैक करने वाला वायरस है Lyssa virus. एंड काफ़ी सारे और भी रिलेटेड न्यूरोट्रॉपिक वायरसेस हैं क्लोजली रिलेटेड टू द रेबीज़ वायरस. दे प्रोड्यूस क्लिनिकल साइंस विच आर ऑलमोस्ट इनडिस्टिंग्विशेबल फ्रॉम द रेबीज़. Then if we talk about genetic sequencing and antigenic studies, they have been used to categorize the Lyssa viruses into 7 genotypes and 4 serotypes, and each genotype, it is assigned separate species status. Now the classical rabies, which is caused by genotype 1 Lyssa virus, it is endemic on continental land masses with the exception of Australia and Antarctica. जितने भी continental land masses हैं सब पे जो classical rabies अगर जिसकी हम बात करें, that's caused by Lyssa virus genotype 1. Now this is a table showing the Lyssa viruses which cause rabies and rabies-like disease, जिसमें से first is rabies itself, जिसका एक जीनोटाइप है, एक सीरोटाइप है. जियोग्राफिकल डिस्ट्रीब्यूशन की बात करें तो अपार्ट फ्रॉम ऑस्ट्रेलिया एंड अंटार्कटिका, this genotype 1, it occurs on all the continents, and many island countries, they are free of this disease. Rabies island countries में नहीं होता. Most of these island countries, they are free from rabies. Then similar Lyssa viruses में we have got Lagos bat virus having 2 genotypes, 2 serotypes prevalent in Africa. Africa में ही मुकोला वायरस है, दुविनहेग वायरस है. यूरोप में we have got European bat Lyssa virus 1 and type 2. इसी तरह ऑस्ट्रेलिया में recent discovery was Australian bat Lyssa viruses, and this was mainly identified in fruit bats and in insectivorous bats. This is a recent discovery, so do remember this Australian bat Lyssa virus, जो कि ज़्यादातर फ्रूट बैट्स में होता है. ये ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चंस में भी कहीं एक बार पूछा गया था, आई गेस इन द नेट के एग्जाम में पूछा था. ये ऑस्ट्रेलियन बैट Lyssa viruses, they were reported in fruit bats in Australia, so do note it down. This is an important point. Now if we talk about the epidemiology of rabies, several species adapted strains of rabies virus, they have been described. हर species के particular strains हैं rabies के, and strains affecting a particular species, they are transmitted more rapidly or readily to the members of that species than to other animal species. So same species with same strain, उनमें ज़्यादा chances हैं transfer होने के. In a given geographical region, rabies is usually maintained and transmitted by particular mammalian reservoir host. Now there are 2 epidemiologically important infectious cycles which are recognized. Very important point. एक अर्बन रेबीज़ जो डॉग्स में मिलता है, एंड देर इज़ अ सिल्वेटिक रेबीज़ जो मोस्टली वाइल्ड लाइफ में. सो देर आर मेनली टू इन्फेक्शियस साइकिल्स ऑफ रेबीज़. एक इन्फेक्शियस साइकिल अर्बन साइकिल है. अर्बन साइकिल इज़ फाउंड इन द domestic dogs or any of the dogs, and sylvatic cycle it's found in the wildlife. More than 95% of the human cases, they are the result of bites from rabid dogs. You all know this, that most of the cases they are because of the result of bite from a infectious or a rabid dog. Then raccoons, skunks, foxes and bats, they are important reservoirs of rabies virus in North America. में ये सारे animals, these are the reservoirs of rabies virus. If we talk about in the continental Europe, the principal reservoir is the red fox. Vampire bats are also the reservoirs of this virus in Central and South America and in the Caribbean islands. Then in developed countries, the control of stray dogs and vaccination programs, they have reduced the importance of urban rabies and have focused attention on wildlife reservoirs. Wildlife is also becoming an important because sylvatic cycle जो है that runs in the wildlife species. So developed countries में the control of stray dogs and vaccination programs से they have reduced the importance of urban rabies, and उनमें particularly wildlife reservoirs are more and is in comparison to the urban cycle. Then species susceptibility to the rabies virus, it is important epidemiologically. Domestic animals and man, they are considered to be moderately susceptible to the virus, whereas foxes, wolves, coyotes and jackals, they are considered to be highly susceptible. Although the virus that may be transmitted through scratching and licking, the transmission usually occurs through bites of the infected ones. Now the infected animals, they may excrete virus in their saliva for some time before the onset of clinical signs. So before the onset of clinical signs, ये virus, this is shed in the saliva of infected animals. Then if we talk about the pathogenesis, following introduction into the tissues, this virus enters into the peripheral nerve endings. As it is a neurotropic virus, so it will enter the nerve endings, peripheral nerve endings. Then the virus, it is transported through these nerve endings, it is transported to the central nervous system by retrograde exoplasmic flow, and it becomes widely disseminated in the nervous tissue by intra-axonal spread. Then after that, the clinical signs they develop following the neuronal damage caused by the viral replication in such cells, in these neuronal cells. This virus, it spread centrifugally. So there is centrifugal spread. This is also an important objective point for you people, that this virus spreads centrifugally within the nerve cell processes and is released at axon terminals, where it infects many of the non-nervous tissues including the salivary glands, and this is how the virus is secreted in the saliva. So the presence of virus in saliva, especially in the carnivores, it is an important, very important factor in rabies transmission. That's why it's spread through the bite of the infectious animal, क्योंकि the virus, it's secreted in the saliva. Although the rabies viral antigens, they are highly immunogenic, immune detection, it is delayed because intracellular transport, it prevents the contact with the cells of the immune system in the early stages of infection. Then incubation period is highly variable in man, commonly 3 to 8 weeks. अगर particularly humans में बात करें तो incubation period is highly variable. The closer the bite to the brain, the shorter is the incubation. Rabies virus, it travels 1 centimeter per day. Then mode of transmission में we have got man to man transmission, इससे ज़्यादा aerosols के through transmission होती है, then through licks and animal bites. These are all the modes of transmission. Out of all these, सबसे ज़्यादा percentage में animal bites, then उससे कम licks, then उससे कम है aerosol, and उससे कम है man to man transmission. Then clinical signs. The incubation period, which is highly variable, and it can be as long as 6 months. It's highly variable. This is influenced mainly by various factors, including the host species, the strain of the virus, the amount of inoculum, and the site of introduction of the virus. The clinical course in domestic carnivores, which usually lasts for days or for few weeks, that may encompass prodromal, furious, and dump phases. So basically there are 3 phases of rabies. First is prodromal phase, then we have furious or excitative phase, and then there is dumb or paralytic phase. Now, if we talk about the prodromal phase में क्या होगा? Affected animals, they are often confused and disorientated. Wild animals, they may lose their natural fear of humans. So this is the beginning stage. The first phase is prodromal phase. Then second phase, which is furious phase, it is characterized by an increase in aggressiveness and hyperexcitability, and there is a tendency to bite the inanimate objects and at other animals. Then these affected animals, they may roam over long distances, and this furious form, it is observed more often in cats than in dogs. दिस फेज और फ्यूरियस फॉर्म, तीन तरह की फॉर्म्स आर रिकग्नाइज्ड. एक प्रोड्रोमल फेज है, फ्यूरियस फेज है, एंड आउट ऑफ ऑल दीज फ्यूरियस फॉर्म दैट्स ऑब्जर्व्ड more commonly or more often in cats as compared to the dogs. Then third phase is your dumb rabies. Dumb form में muscle weakness is there, difficulty in swallowing, profuse salivation and dropping of the jaw. They are the usual features if we talk about the dumb form of the rabies. Now the term hydrophobia, which is a synonym for rabies in case of humans. Do remember this, humans में rabies का एक और नाम भी है, that's hydrophobia, because this is a very important symptom or feature noted in the humans which are bitten by the rabid dog, that relates to the inability to swallow water because of the pharyngeal paralysis. So hydrophobia इसलिए दिया है because the man, it's humans, they are unable to swallow water, पानी भी नहीं पी सकते क्योंकि pharyngeal muscles, they are paralyzed. So that's why this has been given a term hydrophobia. Now talking about the diagnosis of rabies, antemortem diagnostic test for rabies, they are not generally used. Okay, mostly जो samples rabies test के लिए आते हैं, they are from the dead animals, or that's post-mortem samples they are used. And rabies का टेस्ट हर एक लैब में नहीं कर सकते. कॉमनली इसके लिए सेपरेट लैब्स they are established, और स्पेसिफिक अलग से इसका चैम्बर होता है, एंड काफ़ी हाईली एक्सपीरियंस्ड लोग इसका टेस्ट कर सकते हैं. Not all the common labs they can go for the test of for the rabies. Now in endemic areas, suspect domestic carnivores which have bitten the humans, they should be isolated and observed for up to 14 days. If rabies is suspected, the suspected animal must be killed and brain tissue is collected for testing. Most of the developed countries में यही होता है, if the animal is suspected to have rabies, that animal is killed and its brain tissue is collected for testing. And the brains of animals which develop the clinical signs, they are examined for the presence of virus. अब जब हम brains को examine करेंगे, what we are gonna see, if we go for histological sections, viewing the histology of these samples, non-suppurative encephalitis is noticed, which is characterized by perivascular lymphoid cuffing, and intracytoplasmic inclusions are seen. Rabies के case में particularly these intracytoplasmic inclusions have been given name as Negri bodies after the name of a scientist, Negri bodies. So these are peculiar of rabies. जब भी आपको Negri bodies दिखेंगी, that means that this is suspected for rabies. Not suspected, that's sure shot for rabies. So this is a characteristic feature of rabies. Negri bodies, do remember this very important point. Then FAT, direct fluorescent antibody test, which provides a rapid and a specific diagnosis. It may yield false negative results with autolyzed brain specimens. The conjugated antisera usually used for diagnosis, they are specific for rabies virus serotype 1. So we can go for FAT, fluorescent antibody test. Now the rabies virus, इसको भी हम कल्चर कर सकते हैं in the neuroblastoma cells or in the baby hamster kidney cells. और culture of the virus is of value when results of the FAT, they are uncertain. Usually जो हम rabies के लिए test करते हैं, that's FAT. This is a gold standard test for rabies. Do note the point, this FAT is a gold standard test for rabies detection. Rabies virus is non-cytopathic. It can be detected in tissue culture using conjugated antisera. Then suckling mice, they can also be inoculated. मैंने बताया था वायरस को कल्चर करने के लिए तीन चीज़ें हैं. Either you can go for embryonated eggs, you can go for lab animals, and you can go for tissue culture or cell culture. Okay. Suckling mice inoculated intracerebrally with the brain tissue from suspected rabies cases, they should be observed over several days for the development of the disease, and ultimately उसको confirm करने के लिए भी we can go for FAT, that's used to confirm the presence of rabies virus in the infected mice. Then also we can go for RT-PCR, reverse transcriptase polymerase chain reaction, that has been used to detect viral RNA in the brain samples. This test can distinguish rabies virus genotype 1 from rabies related Lyssa viruses, so that's highly specific and sensitive for detecting or diagnosing rabies. Sensitivity of RT-PCR can be enhanced if we combine this technique with ELISA, that aids in the detection of amplified product. So RT-PCR along with the ELISA is highly specific. Apart from that, FAT is the gold standard test for the diagnosis of rabies. Last we will talk about the prevention and control of rabies. In usual circumstances, the only risk of rabies virus transmission is by the bite or scratch of a rabid animal. Although in bat caves where the amount of virus may be very high, bats, they are the reservoirs of this rabies virus, and the extremely high humidity, it may stabilize the virus. Transmission may occur via aerosols. The control of rabies in different regions of the world poses very different problems depending upon which reservoir hosts are present and the level of infection in such host. Obviously, the control strategy will depend upon the type of reservoir host present, the level of infection in these hosts. Most of the countries which are free of rabies, they rely on rigorous quarantine measures to prevent the introduction of disease. Movement of vaccinated domestic carnivores, it is permitted between some countries provided that strict identification and testing procedures they are in place. Then in countries where the rabies is endemic, control methods are mainly aimed at reservoir species. Urban rabies, that can be effectively controlled by vaccination and restriction of movement of dogs and cats and by the elimination of stray animals. So urban cycle को control करने के लिए you can go for vaccination and restriction on the movement of dogs and cats. And vaccination of red foxes with live oral vaccines delivered in baits has eliminated the sylvatic rabies from several regions of the Western Europe. So this has been done. Sylvatic rabies को remove करने के लिए vaccination of red foxes was done. A vaccinia rabies virus glycoprotein, VRG protein, that was also developed, and it has proved effective for vaccinating foxes, coyotes and raccoons. Then commercial vaccines are also available for the immunization of domestic carnivores by parenteral inoculation containing inactivated virus. Commercial vaccines are your inactivated vaccines with genotype 1, and they are potent and safe. These inactivated rabies vaccines, they are considered to be effective against the strains of genotype 1 virus, जो कि हम पढ़ रहे हैं वायरस का लाइसा वायरस जीनोटाइप 1, उसके अगेंस्ट inactivated rabies vaccines हैं which are commonly used. These are the commercial vaccines that are available for the vaccination of domestic carnivores. So this was all about the rabies. I guess tomorrow we'll continue with the rest of the diseases of this family, Rhabdoviridae. So just go through this. This is a very important डिज़ीज़ रेबीज़. आपको लॉन्ग आंसर क्वेश्चन में भी आ सकता है, शॉर्ट नोट में भी आ सकता है, एंड इससे काफ़ी सारे ऑब्जेक्टिव्स भी आते हैं. सो जस्ट गो थ्रू दिस. टुमारो विल कंटिन्यू विद द रेस्ट ऑफ द डिजीज़ेज ऑफ दिस फैमिली. टिल देन टेक केयर एंड हैव अ नाइस डे.